First lecture of your information technology IT subject for academic year 2020-2021 FYIT. I am Miss Mona Lisa. And students, before we begin with the chapter 1, I would like to bring back to you all on the index page that is there earlier. Okay, there's no page number as such for the index page, but here you'll be having your index page in your textbook. Okay, when you see this index page, it's clearly mentioned it is common. This particular textbook, standard 11th, is common for both arts, commerce, and science. Okay, I'll just brief you all about this theory part and this SOP, skill oriented practical part today. Okay, I'll brief you all about the portion, about the paper pattern, how the exams are conducted, and what is the paper pattern and stuffs like that. And then we'll begin with the information technology chapter. Okay, so as you all know, IT, I'm aware that you might be knowing that IT is mostly objective oriented paper. Okay, now in that, first of all, beginning with the paper pattern, students, you'll be having first question as fill in the blanks. Okay, question one will be fill in the blanks. Okay, if it is a it could be a 50 marks question paper for semester one, and for unit test two, you have 25 marks question paper, and for your final exam, that is semester two. Okay, semester two, it will be 80 marks. Okay, and questions will be like first will be question one will be fill in the blanks. Question two will be true or false, state whether true or false. Question 3 will be multiple choice, single correct answer. Okay, I'll just show you all one particular exercise question so you will get an idea. Okay, see here. You won't be having question like this. You won't be having this kind of question, but multiple choice questions would be there. Okay, multiple choice, single correct answer, multiple choice, two correct answers. So out of this, there'll be two correct answers. You have to choose the two correct answers and write only the answers. Okay, similarly, the next question would be multiple choice, three correct answers, and then there'll be match the following. Okay, there'll be part A, part B, and you'll have to not exactly match. You don't have to draw lines as such, but you'll be just giving the answers like one is A, whatever, one dash A. Suppose one's answer is something A. No, so you'll be giving answers like that, and then last you'll be having answer the following questions. Okay, around 5 or 10 marks. Answer the following questions would be there depending upon the number of marks the question paper is of. Okay, whether 50 or 80 marks, and then at the last you'll be having write an HTML code or write a code, 5 marks question. Okay, that will be there only for this particular chapter, chapter 3. Okay, so next time what I'll do is I'll give you a brief paper pattern for each of them. Question for semester 1, what will be the paper pattern? For unit test 2, what will be the paper pattern? And for semester 2, that is your final exam, what will be your paper pattern? I'll give that to you all in brief next lecture. Okay, and now beginning with this theory and SOPs. Okay, if you observe students, here you have this theory part. Okay, and in theory part, you have these 4 chapters. Okay, basics of information technology, introduction to DBMS. Chapter 3 is impressive web designing. In this, you'll be having codes, HTML codes. Okay, and the last one, chapter 4 is cyber law. So that means for entire academic year. Okay, for your entire academic year, you'll be having chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and chapter 4. Only 4 theory chapters for your entire academic year. Okay, and along with this 4 chapters, you'll be having this 6 SOPs. Okay, skill oriented practicals. SOPs is nothing else but your practicals. Okay, skill oriented practicals. And as it is mentioned in the textbook, okay, it is written that select any 4 skill oriented practicals from the following list. So that means you'll be not doing all of these 6. Okay, for the entire academic year, you'll be not doing all these 6, you'll be only doing some 4. But which 4, that the teachers will decide. Okay, the the college will decide which 4 practicals we are supposed to conduct, which 4 topics we are supposed to conduct, and accordingly out of the 6, only 4 practicals will be conducted. Okay, now obviously you all are aware that we are in this pandemic situation, so there might be some changes in this practical part. Might be some practicals won't be conducted as well, or the portion might get reduced. Okay, so that will be informed to you all later. Okay, but I just want to brief you all with this part. Okay, so out of this 6 SOPs, you'll be doing in only 4. Okay, this web designing is all already it is to be included compulsorily, because this particular thing is not only there for your theory. HTML is not only there for your theory in chapter 3, but it will also be there next year in 12th standard. Okay, so this web designing we won't be skipping. Okay, so this is regarding your theory and SOPs, practicals. Okay, now moving on. Okay, how will the practical be evaluated? Okay, I told you about theory that for semester 1 you'll be having 50 marks theory paper. Okay, what about SOP for semester? Again, you'll be having an SOP, you'll be having practical session. Okay, and in that practical session, what will happen is you'll be given 20 marks code. Okay, you'll be having to maintain a journal. Now, again, as I told you, because of this pandemic situation, for this time the instructions would be slightly different. Okay, maybe we'll have to just maintain a soft copy or so, but 20 marks is given for this practical. Okay, you'll be performing the practical, you'll be mugging up the code, or practicing the code, and performing on the computers, and then based on that you'll be actually evaluated, you'll be given marks for that. Okay, so for 80 marks paper, now when you'll be having semester 2, for unit test you won't be having practical examination. Only for your semester 1 and for your final exam you normally have practical exams. Okay, so now for your semester 2, wherein you'll be having 80 marks theory paper, all these 4 chapters will be there for your 80 marks theory. Okay, for your semester 2, that is your final exam, all these 4 chapters will be there for your theory, plus you'll be having 20 marks practicals as well, so that comes to 100. 80 of theory and 20 of practicals, that will be your 100 marks evaluation done for you. Okay, so you'll have to actually perform there. Okay, perform the practicals, show the output, and you have to also maintain a journal. Okay, so that journal will also carry some marks. All right. So I hope this bifurcation is clear enough. Okay, how much will be the theory, how much will be the practicals, where practicals will be included. Practicals will be included only for your semester 1 and final exam. Okay, besides that, I also told you that you will be studying all these 4 theory chapters for your final exam. That means you just can't ignore the first chapter once the exam of first chapter is done. Okay, you can't ignore this first chapter of basics of information technology. Okay, so now let's begin with this chapter. I hope there's no doubt regarding the paper pattern. I told you all I'll be giving you a brief paper pattern like next time. Okay, also the explanation of SOPs, how the SOPs will be conducted, how the theory will be evaluated, and all that. I hope there's no doubt. Now, moving on to the chapter 1. Okay, your chapter 1 is Basic of Information Technology. That's on page number 1 of your textbook. Okay, basics of information technology. So here, as the word says, we are going to just study the basic things of IT, okay, of information technology, and all these things we'll be studying now. Okay, we'll be studying the definition of IT and ICT and so on. So starting with the definition of IT. Okay, now before I just move on with the definition of IT, okay, I just want you all to you know pause for a while and think, what is IT according to you all? Okay, I don't know if y'all can reply anywhere, but just think in a while. Ki what is IT? When you say IT, the word IT, what is the first thing that comes to your mind? Okay, for me, maybe IT is like, okay, just objective type of question paper, or for somebody, IT would be like computer, something related to computer. Likewise, what does the word IT tell you all in your mind? What is the first thing that comes in your mind? Okay, just think about it. I'll just pause for a while. I believe something related to computers, some devices would be there in your mind, right? Okay. So what is IT? IT, information technology. Okay, now this is just the introduction given. They're saying it has great influence on all aspects of life. Okay, influence in a sense, it is just inspiring. Okay, and it is useful in all aspects, all parts of life. Almost all workplaces and living environments are being computerized. Okay, wherever we are living, our workplace or where we are living at home, everything is being computerized. Don't you think so? Okay, now your take example of your mobile phone. Your mobile phone is also a mini computer that you're actually carrying. You're carrying it at your workplace, like in your case, your college, or you're carrying it at your home also, your living environment as well. So don't you think that is also a mini computer? So your living environment and your workplace both are being computerized. Okay, and this is just one example that I'm giving you all. There are many other examples also that you can just consider from your house also. Like you have smart sometimes there's smart lighting, then smart ACs, smart refrigerators, smart TVs. Okay, so all this is again example of how information technology is helping us in our daily life. Okay, so and the use of information technology is being enhanced. Now you're, for examination point of view, you're not learning anything, you're not underlining anything. Okay, but it is just the introduction that is given. Now coming to this part, definition of information technology. Now this is something that you should be learning. Okay, whatever is important from examination point of view, I'll be telling you all as and when I'll be explaining. What I want you all to do is every time you sit for your IT lecture, you should be having your textbook with you, and you should be having a pencil preferably, or either a pen. Okay, now like this topic is important for examination. It will always come right from your semester 1 to your semester 2 final exam. This definition of IT will be always asked, most probably it is always asked. Okay, so underline this part. What is the definition of information technology? IT, that is information technology, encompasses. Now the meaning of the word encompasses is it actually includes. Okay, encompasses means it includes all of the technologies that we use. So it includes all the technologies, okay, that we use for what? In order to create. So you're creating something, you're collecting something, you're processing something, or you're protecting something, or you're storing some information. Okay, so students, this is the definition. Okay, from here, IT encompasses all of the technologies that we use in order to create, collect, process, protect, and store information. Up till here, this is your definition. Make sure you underline this right now. If you're not having your textbook with you, you please note it down somewhere. Okay, like page number 1, definition of information technology, paragraph, first 4 lines up till store information, important. Underline this and write your important in pencil. Okay, this is the definition of IT, and you ought to learn this. Okay, it should be word to word whenever you're writing this for answer the following. Now, for your answer the following, students, I'll come to the explanation part, but first I'll explain you this. For your answer the following, if a question like such comes, ki define IT for 1 mark, okay, maximum marks answer the following will carries 2. Okay, answer the following me whatever questions will become questions will be coming, maximum marks that it will carry is only 2. So 2 marks ka question would be there, maximum only 2 marks. You won't be having 3 4 5 marks question. Okay, unless and until if it is a definition or something. If there are 4 definitions, then it will be having 4 marks, one per definition. Otherwise there'll be no answers more than 2 marks. Okay, evaluating for more than 2 marks. So if the question is define IT, then your answer should be word to word from the textbook. You can't give any internet definition, you can't give any definition from the internet. Whatever definition is given in the textbook, exactly same definition you'll be writing, and then you'll be getting marks for that. This is the rule given by the board, HSC board. Okay, so make sure you learn this. IT, information technology, encompasses means includes all of the technologies that we use. Now you should learn this, CCPPS. That is how I remember, that we use in order to. CC means create, collect, PP means process, protect, and S is store information. Okay, now based on this, I'll give you an example. For example, let's take an example. Like say, suppose if the government wants to do a census, okay, population count. Normally, every 10 years, a population count is done. So it was supposed to be done this year, 2020, no? But maybe they must have postponed it because of this pandemic situation. So every 10 years, government is doing census, population count. So what will happen is the local people, some local authorities will be sending some some people to your home and they'll be taking information from you, right? How many people are there in your home, then how many males are there, how many females are there, what is their age, what is the work they do, and so on. So what is being done, we are creating some info. Okay, now this information that is being taken, it is actually given to the government authorities. Okay, the higher authorities, and the higher authorities will then store the data. Okay, so how it happens is, now taking into consideration this example of census, what we are doing is we are creating some information. What information we are creating? We are actually creating information about census, population count, right? So how that is done? First, the data is collected. Okay, now when I say collection of data, the people that come to your place and take your details. Okay, how many people are there in your house? What is their age group and so on. So that is the data that is being collected. Okay, so first something is being created. For that, the data is being collected. Then out of that collected data, students, the data is being processed. Now, what do you mean by processing? Whatever is important from that collected data, only that important data is being taken and it is processed. Okay, like for example, they will just take down how many males are there or how many females are there. Okay, so that is what is suppose required by them. So out of the entire data that they have, they will just process, means whatever is required from the huge data, from the large data, from that only the required or the important part is being processed, just being taken out. Okay, now that is then stored, that is then like you bifurcated, like okay, males, females, then age group, like from 11 to 20, so many people are there and so on, whatever. Okay, then after processing of that data, this data is then protected. Okay, some security is given, okay, so that that data doesn't get erased. Okay, now that security or that protection could be in the form of anything, no? We will come to this point later. And after that data is protected and processed and protected, then that information is stored. Okay, so what is happening is we are actually dealing with this, we are actually creating something, we are or collecting something or processing something or protecting or storing, or we are just doing all of them. Okay, so information technology will include all the technologies. Okay, now this will include all the technologies, not only technologies related to your mobile phones or your laptops or something, computers. Now information technology is also, el- expanded to a sense that other devices have also been included in information technology other than your computers and laptops. Now other devices like your smartphones, your smart TVs, your smart ACs, all that has also been counted in information technology. Okay, so it includes all those technologies that will help us to do these things: create, collect, process, protect, and store information. This is the detailed information. It is a detailed explanation of this definition of information technology. And as I told you all, this definition is very, very important and you ought to learn this pit pat. Okay, so moving on, it also refers to hardware, software, and computer networks. Now they have just mentioned this word technologies. It includes or it encompasses all of the technologies. But does technologies only mean software? No, technologies, this IT includes hardware also, hardware aspects. It includes software, that is computer programs, and it also includes network. Now, what is network? Network is how your computer will get connected to the other computer for communication. So, when one computer is connecting to the other computer in order to communicate, there is a network that is being formed. Okay, so it also, so this IT also includes hardware, software, and the networks, also called as computer networks. Okay, so this you're not going to write for the definition will be only up till store information. Okay, this, it is just for your information purpose, or in case if an answer comes like what is information technology, if the question is like what is information like technology, then write this point first, the definition, and the second point will be this: it refers to hardware, software, and computer networks. So this makes your 2 points answer, 2 marks answer. Okay, I hope it is very much clear enough to you all, and this definition is understood. Now we move on to the next part. It involves, now see, ICT. Now we finished about information technology. Now what is ICT? ICT stands for Information and Communication Technology. Now, this particular concept involves transfer and use of all kinds of information. Okay, as the full form says, information and communication. So, communication means there is some data sharing happening. Okay, data sharing happening. So this data is shared using some technology, and this data is nothing else but the information. Okay, so ICT stands for information and communication technology, and this concept involves transfer and use of all kinds of information. Means this is just transferring or using of any kind of information or any kind of data for that matter. Again, students, this particular definition won't come for the exam. This thing will won't come for the exam. This is just for your information purpose. Now ICT, they say ICT is the foundation of economy and a driving force. Now this is just introduction part. I want you all to just go through this, just read this part. There's nothing much to learn about it. Just go through this part, just read it out. I'll wait for a while. I'll wait for a minute. I believe you must have finished reading this. Now, here they're saying the distance is no longer an issue when it comes to accessing information. Students, do you think that these days, when you want to access information, where you want to, gain some information or data, you think you have this problem of distance? Okay, like for example, you want to communicate to your cousin or to your, oh yeah, to your cousins who are staying in your village. So suppose somewhere in UP or Bihar or anywhere, Karnataka, Hyderabad for that matter. Do you think ki nowadays distance will be an issue in terms of communication? No. It is real time communication that happens, right? You just WhatsApp video call or any other software you use, and you video call or you call, and instantly the call gets connected, your communication becomes easier. There is no distance problem. So that is what they have explained here, that there's no longer, distance is no longer an issue when it comes to accessing information too, other than communication. Even when you want to download information, okay, from anywhere you can just download information or gain information, provided you have the internet connectivity and a appropriate device for that matter. Okay, so they've given this example, your work from home. Nowadays, everybody, even your parents, are working from home, right? This was not earlier thought. This was not earlier given a thought ki, okay, people in India can actually work from home. No, but since the 8 to 9 months that we are at home now for the pandemic, many people, like more than 50%